supporting just on streaming. It just doesn't bring in that much. But it is growing, and I think it's great. It's a great addition to spreading anime. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I just have this one. When Sentai first got started out, we usually kind of release things on DVD, and if it sold X amount of units or whatever, then you might upgrade to Blu-ray. But now with a lot of the announcements that I just heard you making, it seems like you're just coming right out of the gate with Blu-ray and such. And so my question is, are you going to be kind of focusing on the Blu-ray aspect of it, or is there still kind of an expectation of, okay, we need to sell X amount of units, and is there like an actual unit cutoff? Say, if you don't sell this much, you can't.
We don't really have an actual cutoff of a number of units. That kind of depends on the release pattern and whatnot. We are doing a lot more Blu-ray. When we first got started, we were a small company, still a small company, we're a little bigger now. So we didn't have a lot of resources. So a lot of our titles at the beginning, in particular, were subtitled only. Blu-ray is very expensive to do, so we're very selective on what we do on Blu-ray. We want shows that we think are going to sell enough, that are going to be popular, and those also tend to be the shows that we think are going to do well enough to support a dub. So the Blu-rays they get subtitled and dubs, and those are the more popular shows. We're getting more of those as we grow as a company, more of those shows than we think. So, and at the same time, Blu-ray sales themselves are growing. DVD still outsells Blu-ray, but Blu-ray is growing significantly, which is good because the more Blu-ray sells, the more the cost of doing it goes down, and the more we'll be able to sell those and lower the prices on them. So, if Blu-ray's selling as much as DVDs, that would be wonderful. But as it grows, we're doing more Blu-rays. As we get more titles, and the Japanese work with us more, and they're happy with our releases, they're more interested in giving us the top-tier titles. As that happens, then we can do more Blu-rays. Yeah.
Hi, so you're talking about sampling anime through streaming. One thing I've noticed has been, in a way, a lot of people have sampled a lot of the most successful anime releases has been TV airings. So, is there any chance of any Sentai titles like being on Toonami or anything, maybe?
We would love to have some Sentai titles on Toonami. We'll offer them up to them if they're interested in showing them. We would love to have them air on the network. There are not any plans at the moment for any of our titles airing on Toonami at the moment that I can talk about.
Yeah, and about Kickstarter. You probably can't do anything about this, but I figured that one of the most awesome possible uses for Kickstarter for anime would be Satoshi Kon's final film wasn't completed due to lack of funds. I think we could raise the funds for that, maybe.
That would be a possibility. Yeah.
So, you said that you worked on that after story.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you have any personal thoughts on it, or how did you like it?
Do I have any personal thoughts on it? It makes me want to cry. I can admit it. I love the story, and I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. Something that's got a really strong story, the characters that I really enjoy and love, and that really tugs. That if I get the emotions coming across when I'm directing shows, when I directed The Angel or any of the shows that I've worked on, when I'm in there directing, when I get the actor in the booth and the actor reads their lines, I know they've got it right when I'm sitting there and I get goosebumps. And that's when I know I'm getting a really good dub. And Clannad, that's the way I feel about it. That show I really, really enjoyed, and I loved working on their lines. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hi, is it okay if I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. I remember last year Sentai Filmworks licensed the Familiar Zero app from the final season of the show. I was just wondering if there was any plans to release it to DVD at some point, or if Sentai's considering picking up or like releasing the earlier seasons of the show. Is that something Sentai is?
That's a good question. We did. We licensed the 4th season of Familiar of Zero, and we haven't got that out yet because we know that people would like to be able to see the first 3 seasons as well. So that's something that is under consideration, and we hopefully will be able to make a decision and make an announcement or something about that soon.
Okay, and I was just wondering about the title ATV Dub Back. I can relate to Sentai. I don't know if you directed the show or not, but I'm a big Mermaid Melody fan, and I know it kind of fell under the roof. I was wondering if Sentai had any interest in picking it up. I know there's a lot of licensing troubles.
Possibly. I will tell you right now that if I haven't announced the title, the most you'll get out of me is I can neither confirm nor deny. And 2, we look at everything. Seriously, we look at everything out there. We're looking at shows that haven't even been produced yet, that they're just kicking around the idea of making. We're looking at shows that are currently out now. We're looking at old catalog shows that have been out for decades. So we look at everything, and everything is something that we will consider.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I loved it that Sentai Filmworks picked up Girls and Panzer, and
Good show.
I
have to be a tank fan, so I'm loving the tanks that are in there.
and my question concerns this. During the streaming that Crunchyroll did, the source company did cuts to the series, notably the Katusha insert song that made that wasn't shown on Crunchyroll. Are you guys going to be putting that out? Because I would love to buy it, but if it's not going to be having everything there,
That is a good question. That's something that I don't know an answer for at the moment, because the reason that was done is because of music rights issues outside of Japan. Now it's a question whether they can clear those in time or not and whatnot. That's what we'll just have to wait and see. Okay? Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question from Gabriel of Anime, which by the way, he sends his regards. He couldn't be here sadly because he has his own panel going on right now.
Oh, he's fun guy.
With the recent acquisition of This Boy Caught a Merman and recent market trends with Viz and other anime distributors, do you guys see yourself taking a more proactive role in picking up BL titles?
I see us in a proactive role in picking up any title. If we think that there's a market for it, if there are fans that are out there that are interested in this show, and that's one of the reasons I come to the conventions, because I talk to all of you out here, come by the booth, wandering the convention, fans stop and they tell me things that they're interested in. I follow everybody online. I follow all the forums on Anime News Network and Fandom Post and such. If there's interest in something, we'll look at bringing it out. Okay?
Okay, and one question of my own, real quick. Is there any way you could maybe reveal the director for another?
I would love to be able to, but I don't know that I can right now. I was talking down in the booth with our production coordinator and saying, I know some of the actors want to be able to talk about that they're in it, and can they do that now? And at first she was like, oh yeah, sure. And they said, well, wait a minute, I don't know, maybe we need to wait. I don't know. So at the moment, I've been told to wait on anything else about it.
Thank you.
I think we ought to be able to go ahead and talk about it now. Since it's work, the work's been done and the release is set, so we'll see.
Okay, I'll just put in my request for the World God Only Knows OVAs.
Okay. World God Only Knows is a good title for Sentai. So.
I love that series. Thank you for licensing that, the first couple seasons. And I also have a request for Dog Days. Okay, my questions are kind of more streaming related. For the original Gatchaman, are you going to put that on Crunchyroll?
I don't know what the plans are for streaming on that.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything in the works on that or what at the moment, so I can't really say.
Are there any plans to put Rose and Maiden on Crunchyroll?
If Crunchyroll's interested, they could certainly pick it up, and I know they've gone back and picked up a few of the older Sentai titles on there.
Yeah, I've
entirely up to Crunchyroll. If they're interested in a particular title and we have the streaming rights for it, we're happy to work a deal with it.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
So going back to what you said before about you're looking at everything. So what does the Japanese companies like show to you? Like things like Flowers of Evil, they didn't show us anything until it's like, here's the first episode. Like how does that look on from your side? Are they showing you lots more things up front than they did previously?
That's a good question. It really varies a lot from title to title. Quite often, and this happens a lot more now, you're looking at shows that are in pre-production, so they don't even have those. A lot of cases, you're trying to make a decision to license a title. Also, what you might have is a little flyer that has a little synopsis of what the series is going to be about, and maybe some character designs. And who's going to be the director, who's doing the art, this kind of stuff. And that may be all you have to go on. Quite often, we can get a little promo trailer. Sometimes we can get the first episode that they're in production work on. They don't have parts that might not be quite there. You may be missing some of the audio or something. You're looking at stuff really early in the production process. There's not a lot to look at that point. So sometimes that can make it really difficult to decide if you want to license a show or not. Hopefully, it's based off of a manga, and you can at least look at the manga and see what the story is. So, it's fun. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, have you ever cosplayed?
Have I ever cosplayed? No, but I've had somebody cosplay me before. I was at Otakon once and came out of the panel, and there was me, Matt Greenfield, who worked with us at ADV, and another friend of mine who worked for Bondi was Jerry Chu. And we came out, and there was 3 guys standing there, and they were cosplaying each of us. And they did, they had it down perfect. I had a black vest that I used to wear around to all the conventions. That one of my favorite shows is Dirty Pair, and I had them embroidered on it. And and they had the black vest, and so I've been cosplaying forever. I would like to sometime. I think about it, but I keep thinking I want to do. If I'm going to cosplay, it's got to be something really unique and different. And every time I come up with an idea or something, I turn around and there's some other cosplayer that's doing it now. I'm like, oh, it'd be me. So I haven't yet. We'll see. Sure. Yeah.
I know you can't give me too much information on this. Is there anything you can tell me about your
Not at the moment. There really isn't anything other than the licensing that I can tell you about.
Yeah, very nice.
Sure.
Like that before starting.
Yeah.
Going back to streaming, do you know if there's any plans for Sentai to have a channel on Roku?
To have what?
A channel on the Roku box?
On the Roku box? I don't know of anything that's in the works at the moment. That's handled by another company that we generally license our stuff to for online. They may have something working on it, I don't know. We try to get our stuff up everywhere we can. We've got it on Amazon streaming, Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll. We are working with Viz and Neon Alley. Anywhere that Xbox, Sony, anywhere that we can make it available to people to try. So I would like to see something on there. I would like to see a lot of smart TVs can have apps on them. I'd like to see some stuff put up on there possibly as well. Anything that we can do to make it as easy and convenient for somebody to enjoy their anime, we're trying. Sure. Yeah.
Well, forgive me if you've already been over this. I didn't get to the panel in time.
That's all right.
Queen's Blade Rebellion is coming out soon.
Yep.
I have a question about when you acquired the license. Did it come with the OVAs that bridge the gap between the original series and this one? And does it include any of the future works that are being made right now in Vanquish Queens?
We do not. We're just doing the Rebellion right now. I'm not positive on the OVAs for that. I want to say yes, but don't hold me to it because I'm not really positive about that. If you want to come by our booth down in the viewers room, we can check and we can let you know there for sure.
Okay, and once you're done promoting the series, give me an offer on the poster.
Yeah, and lots and lots of people people want those posters. And actually, I'm considering making some of those because if you've been by our booth, you've seen the nice vinyl stand-up posters that we use for promotion. I'm actually thinking about making some of those and selling them, possibly. They'd be kind of expensive, so don't expect to sell a whole lot, but
Worth it.
we are looking at a possible way to do some of that for some of the shows. So we'll see. Yeah.
What is one unlicensed show that you really want licensed?
One unlicensed show that I really want licensed. Wow. I would probably have to. I'd have to go old school because all the new stuff is pretty much getting licensed. I'd have to go old school. One that I personally would like to see licensed, and I don't think it ever will be. It would be Legend of the Black Heroes. I like that show. I would love to be able to get it with nice Blu-ray releases of it and whatnot. But yeah.
Another question
Because the Japanese
my
people know how
favorite?
amazing it is and don't want
can't
anyone
draw
to
favorites.
be able to take it.
No.
Charge like $5 billion. And it
I
won't sell.
like everybody in there. That show was just really enjoyable to work with.
Yeah, that's different. And American audiences or American companies know it won't sell those kind of numbers to make up for the cost of it because it's 25 years old and it's 110 episodes.
And I really have a hard time that I've worked on. And that's like picking your favorite child for a parent. It's kind of hard. You don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah, they don't want licensed or they don't want to be licensed for any amount of money that could be realistically made back.
My favorite cosplay that I've
Because
seen?
it's like really wholly sacred to them. And they just don't want it to get out for anything less than the maximum amount of money they could possibly get. And so
I've seen a lot. There's some
not letting
really,
out their
really
hands.
talented people out there in the cosplay sector, and it's just I don't know if I can pick one that I've got a friend who's actually doing a really nice the whole pug suit from Bubblegum Crisis. She's doing Chris, and that is just beautifully gorgeous work that she's done. So I'll say that. My answer. Yeah.
Hello. Only from a seated position.
Yeah.
Given the rise in popularity and availability of blue, and as you mentioned yourself, the question of economies of scale, the more that sells, the cheaper it can get, and the more you can distribute, it's sort of a snowball. When you couple that, though, with catalog titles, how difficult is it to get an HD master for a catalog show out of Japan? The only one I can think of that you've obtained offhand is Grave of the Fireflies, but then again, that's Ghibli.
Yes, and they did. They went back and remastered that and whatnot for HD. It depends. It really depends an awful lot on the title. And one of my criteria at the moment is I'm not going to do a Blu-ray unless the Japanese can provide me with an HD disc. I want the HD master from them, and I'm now, my next criteria that I'm pushing right now really is I want my masters to be 1080p. All our masters to be 1080p. So if you get away with 1080p, you better show me that that's the only thing you got, because I want 1080p. I don't like to up-res the video. So this is why I want HD masters from the Japanese. I don't like to up-res the video because you've got devices now, like in my home, my TV set, my amplifier, my Blu-ray player can all take a standard def picture and will up-res it for me. They do varying degrees of quality. Some can do it better than others. So if I up-res it and I put it on Blu-ray and I sell it to you, you're locked in with whatever I did. But if you get a newer TV or a newer Blu-ray player or something, it may do a better job of up-converting it. And so you can always improve. That's why some people will see a little better picture with you get like a show that's 1080i. Some people might see no problems with it. Some people might have problems with it. It's really hardware dependent. So I don't want to do anything with a show unless I can get specific HD masters from the Japanese.
Because watching Funimation, some of their upgrades have been more successful than others.
Yes.
They've done some very fine work with some.
They have.
And I've told Adam this twice. I've said substandard.
That's why I don't want to do upconverts ourselves. So if we can get the HD masters, we'll do the HD release. But otherwise, we'll go back. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question about was Idolmasters even last year?
Okay.
And I know it was based off the Idolmaster franchise. And did you think of that as a testing ground for licensing possibly like other Idolmaster titles?
We would certainly consider it. Yes. I mean, it's not actually something that entered in at that particular time to that title, but it's something that would be used and looked at for possible future work. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
This is kind of a two-parter, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Someone mentioned before Time of Eve and how that went through a Kickstarter for independent international release. And I'm a huge fan of Yasukiro Ishiro's work. And I was wondering if Sentai had looked at acquiring Time of Eve before they went through the Kickstarter for an international fund to get it.
I can neither confirm nor deny anything about that. Like I said, we look at everything that comes out over there. We look at stuff, not just in Japan, too. We're looking at stuff from Korea, anywhere in Asia. But primarily we do mostly deal with Japan. But we look at everything. So.
Okay. And are you, well, I guess this goes along, I was going to say, you should acquire Pale Cocoon and this new movie, Sakasama no Kitema.
Yes.
Along with the OVAs. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, first I'd just like to thank you for releasing If A Tale of Memories on Blu-ray.
It's a good show, isn't it?
Amazing dub.
I love that
Amazing
stuff.
dub.
Thank you.
It's the best dub I've ever heard.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed that one, too.
And the melodies was good.
Yes.
I pre-ordered them off my way. And my question is, with school days, would you ever license that? Because it's been out since 2008, but with the recent game being released by Jazz USA,
I would consider it.
all right,
That's about all I can tell you.
And
I would consider it.
you guys recently re-released Bates Day Night on Blu-ray. Would you ever release Evangelion on Blu-ray, the original series?
I would love to release the original Ava series on Blu-ray, but I don't think they'll license it right now. So.
Or Elfen?
I'd love to do. I'd love to see a Blu-ray of Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is Sentai can't do that because that is owned by ADV. They actually own it, and they continue to release it. They release it through Section 23 Films, so it's still available. But I will certainly pass on to them that their people would like to see a Blu-ray.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi.
Yeah.
I just heard that you guys got Gotcha releasing it.
Yes.
With the releases of Atlas, Grave of Fireflies, and other classic titles, how do you choose which classic titles you will release? Because usually classic titles sell less.
Yeah,
They do.
or real
So how do you choose which ones that you
like if
think
you go out
profit?
there and imply that they are related to ADV in
Classic,
any way,
classic
you would deny
old
it. So
school anime does sell less than new stuff, but at the same time, like I say, I'm an old anime fan, so there's a lot of those titles that I really like.
totally
And
didn't
there's a lot that I
dollar
think current fans can really enjoy too. There's a lot of good stories in there that I'd like to be able to share with people. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for things that, A, it's going to be something I like, most likely. B, it's going to be something that I think will, that if it's given a chance out here, that there are more fans out here that would enjoy to see it. They're either going to be more old school fans like me, or they're going to be some new ones that we can introduce them to. And C, it's got to be available to me at a price that I can actually feel I'm not going to end up in the red on it. So those are the main things I'm looking at. We can't do as many old school as we do new stuff, but we want to always be having something out there, bringing out some of these things, because I think there's some really good shows in there. Okay?
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
How did the Kintama movie release do, and are there any plans for the rest of the series?
For the rest of the series, they're looking at that right now. numbers that I can tell you, but they are looking it over and considering it right now to discussing it, so we'll see.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
This might be a question that might not be really relevant to anime, but how does Sentai Filmworks employ people?
How do we employ them?
Yeah.
We make them do some work around the office, and then we give them a paycheck. We do hire people, and we are growing right now, so we're always looking for more. We're a regular business, so a lot of people, when they think of working in the anime industry, they think about the voice actors. That's the first thing that a lot of people pops into their mind. But we're a regular business. You need everything that a regular business needs. We need accountants, we need lawyers, we need receptionists, we need anything and everything that you would need for a business, we need as well. A lot of what I do at the conventions is meet and talk to people. I meet a lot of the fans. So we like to find people that are interested in anime, that are passionate about it. A lot of the people that I've hired to work with us are people that I've met and got to know at anime conventions. You come up to me, we talk, I see you at another con, we talk some more, I learn about you, what your skills are, what you can do, and then someday I'm at the office and somebody says, we need somebody that can do such and such, and I go like, there's this person that I met at the conventions, let me get in touch with them and see. So we've hired a lot of people like that. Warnings though, and I always tell people this because I hate to see it happen to somebody. If you work in the anime industry, first off, stop and think. You're a fan. Do you want to take your fandom and make it your job as well? Some people that works out well for. I loved it. I used to be a programmer. I was a software developer. Made lots of money programming. You don't make lots of money working in the anime industry. We do it because we love it. And I quit my job there and started working in this because I love doing it. It's so much fun. But think of the show that you hate the most. The one show that you cannot stand at all. Picture yourself sitting there and watching that show all the way through. And then watching it all the way through again. And then you watch it all the way through again. And then you get up and go to lunch, and you come back and watch it all the way through again. If you can do that and still keep your love for anime, you might be able to work in the anime industry. Because where we get to work with anime, you're not always working on the shows, just the shows you really, really like. So there's lots of shows that you might have to work on, and you do watch them over and over and over again. So if you can do that, then you might, and not lose your fandom. I hate to see somebody lose their love of anime and their fandom. So think about something like that before you consider working in it. But it is a fun, enjoyable place to go. Yeah?
Okay, hi. I've noticed fairly recently, when you put out a series that's on DVD and Blu-ray, that series tends to be the one that gets a dub, but if you just do a DVD release, it's just the Japanese version. My question is, what is the thought process behind deciding which one gets a dub?
It's not so much that, what we're doing there is we're looking at what we think the show's going to sell. If we think it's going to sell enough to support the cost of a dub, and dubs are expensive to do, then we're going to do a dub for it. And if we do that, it's also going to be one that's going to sell well enough to go on Blu-ray. So that's why you see those on the Blu-rays all the time. If it's a smaller title and we think that it's not going to do quite as well, it's not going to make as much that it would cost to do the dub for it, then it'll come out on DVD as just a subtitled only show. So that's strictly what we're looking at there. Quite often, and sometimes we hit situations where, like with Clannad, that was a unique one because we originally did that as a subtitled only release. But then there were other markets, other English-speaking markets out there, Australia, UK, and whatnot, and we all wanted to have a dub. So everybody was able to come together there to support the cost of the dub. So that was, occasionally we do things like we're doing with Special A, we did with a couple others, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, where we released it originally subtitled only. It sold really, really well, and people come up to me at the conventions or online and they say, I love this show, I'd really like to see a dub for it. And I remember that, trust me. I remember you people coming up and telling me what shows you like and what you'd like to see dubbed. And I take